Hey guys, welcome to Model Monday. And we did ask you if we should start a new channel or just put this under our junkyards and barn finds. You guys said you wanted to do junkyards and barn finds. It's a lot of you do model cars, so we're going to do Model Mondays. So if it's not for you, if you're not into model cars, that's okay. This probably isn't your cup of tea, but if you want to watch, you can watch. What we do is we build a model. You'll see video of the real cars. We have an 87 20th anniversary IROC Z, really beautiful car that we did a video of, and we also have 3 red 82 85. One's an IROC, 2 are just standard Z28s that have their body, they are not in good shape. Obviously you'll see them.
88 Chevy Camaro RS original owner, 20 years in the garage. Look at this.
But it tells you a lot about how to do the interiors, how to do the wheels, how to do the engine, and everything else. So if you're interested, you can go watch those videos just to see how to do this. They're at the end. Fast forward through the build. If not, watch with the build and watch the videos. So again, we're going to do this 82 Z28 Camaro. This is actually a 1/32 scale car, which we will use with our Lionel train sets when we put them up for Christmas, because we have Muscle Car City is my Lionel train platform that we put up every holiday. So come on with us and let's get started with the build.
All right, guys, so today we are going to do the Atlantis 1982 Z28 Camaro. It's a smaller scale model. It's 1/32 scale. It does say it has a detailed V8 engine. It's chrome plated parts, molded in color, clear parts. On the box it shows both the blue and a red version, and it's the Route 32 reissue. I also had one of these when I had just graduated high school. I had 1984, not an 82, but mine was blue, a little different color. We're gonna make this, and let's take a look at the parts. So first we've got clear parts. We've got the windshield, we've got the rear hatch. The rear hatch has some detail in it as far as the defrosters in here. They're pretty fine. Let's see, are they on the inside? Yeah, they're on the inside, so we may highlight those, we'll see. We've got headlights, and then taillights. Taillights don't have any color, they're clear, so we're gonna have to color those, paint those, get those some color. Next, we've got the wheels, and our wheels are all chrome. On the real ones though, they're painted, so we will probably be painting these just to match what a real one is. If you want to leave yours chrome, you can leave it chrome. You know, this is your model, you do what you want. With this one, I'm not going to put chrome ones on, but if you feel like you want to do chrome, do chrome. There's a stick shift here for the automatic with a little shift boot, and I think it's probably an automatic car, I don't know, but we'll just do this. This will turn on black, and then this goes on the engine. Maybe we'll just leave that chrome. I don't remember it being chrome. I know this part is not chrome, this is black. So we may leave this chrome, we may not. I'll see how I feel in a couple minutes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Goodyear Eagle GT tires. Their words on there are very small, but they say Eagle GT. If you want to try to paint them, you can. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave them just like the box art. And so they are rubber, and tread looks really good, and there's no marks or anything on it, so that's cool. So we use these. Don't really have to do much to them. Don't even have to sand them. We've got a hood. No detail underneath, but hood on top. Looks like some seat backs there. We've got the body. All this blue styrene is done in a very nice, like metallic blue. So if you're new to modeling and you don't want to paint it, you probably didn't have to. You could just use the decals if you want. You can see it does have the Z28 emblem there. It does have the marker lights. It has the gas cap. So it does have a little bit of detail on here. It also has in the engine bay, we've got the shock towers, we've got the disc brake system, we've got the reservoir for, I think that's the washer reservoir though, it's not for the radiator. We have the radiator shroud, we've got a battery, there's the another one, so one of these is for the windshield wiper washer, one is for the radiator, and of course the air conditioning, because a lot of these cars had air conditioning. This little tab do not break off. This little tab we need to keep, so do not break that off. Let's see what else we got. We have the interior tub. It has the whole console area here. If I remember right, there's my emergency brake. This is the ashtray. Actually, if you remember, they had ashtrays in cars back in the 80s. This is where the shifter goes. This is I want to say that's the clock. If I remember right, there was like a round dial clock there. And this would all be black. I believe this was black on mine. There's seat belts on the back seat. It's got the back, this is a door that opens up. Your spare would be in there. And it has a floor mat. We also have the full exhaust system over here. We've got the fan. We've got only one mirror. And I looked on the directions and it still only shows one mirror. So I don't think there's another one, even though I never saw any of this third generation Camaro come with only one mirror. But, you know, it's a small kit, and we know it's a kit. It's not a real car, so we can go with one. We've got our fan. We've got our belt system. We've got the steering wheel. We've got a radiator. Here is your rear end differential with your drive shaft and your front suspension. And then you have the top half, looks like the top half of your engine. And the final pieces, we have the whole bottom of the car. We've got the bottom half of the engine. So this could be detailed. You've got a little bit of the fuel tank. You've got some other things in here you can detail. You've got the top of the engine here we can detail. You got your seats. You've got the dashboard, and it does say Z28 in there. If you look closely, you can see where it says Z28, and it has the instrument cluster, so we can design that. It also has the radio system and the temperature controls right there. It has the front fascia, which in a real car is not made of metal, so it is made of like a rubbery fiberglass stuff, polyurethane I think it is, and a polyurethane rear bumper where the lights will go. So like I said, we can detail the lights, put those on. License plate goes there. It says Z28 here. This has these right in there were open, and your headlights will go in here. When we put this on, if you look at a real car, it does have the gap. That's not a real car, but we do have the gap, and in real cars they do have the gap here and here because of the polyurethane. So we're going to, almost forgot. We're looking at the decal sheet, and it's got decals for the hood, for the trunk. It's got some license plate. It's got a windshield banner that says Camaro. You can't really see it because it's in like white outline. I don't know if you can see if I get closer. It says Camaro, so you can put those on the front here and on the back. A lot of people did back in the day. And you've got all the lower ground effect detail that you can put on here. So we will do that. It comes in blue. There was the picture of the red one, but we're going to do blue. Number one, I had a blue one, so I like blue. And really the 82 and 84s weren't that different. I think the taillights were a little different. So we have this, and then we're going to do it. We're going to paint it in a Rust-Oleum metallic, cobalt blue metallic 7251. If you look at that, it's got some sparkles and stuff in it. So we're going to do the car in this color, which is pretty close to a real one. First, we're going to take the parts. We're going to take our simple green all-purpose cleaner. We're going to spray them down. We're going to soak them in water, get all the mold release agent off it, and then we will primer. Actually, before we primer, we're going to put together the sub-assemblies. So that's where we're going to be next. If you look at the instruction sheet. It's a nice little booklet. Doesn't say a lot. It's very easy to follow. It's almost like a snap together. And it's nice. So it's one from the A's, tells you a little bit about the car. It tells you a little bit how to apply decals, what colors you're going to need, and if you choose to paint it. And so let's get started. Okay, so we've got our sub-assemblies done. This takes about, I don't know, maybe about 30-35 minutes. And we've got the body. So the body is now, it's got the fascia on the front, fascia on the back, and we put the mirror on. Got rid of a lot of the flashing that was on here. We've got the hood. There was some flashing right here where they slide in case you want to be able to take the hood on and off, which I do because I'm going to use it for the train platform. I'll probably have it open with the hood open. And so just kind of sanded the edges, got it down a little bit. Let's see. Then we have the seats. Put the seat backs on. We put the engine together except for the top. We've got the fan belt and fan right there. We've got the hose right there. We've got the dashboard with the steering wheel in it. We'll paint that up. We put the armrests right here, the two armrests in, as well as the shifter in the interior. And we put the radiator in here as per the directions. So I was going to put these sub-assemblies on here and there, but I have to put the exhaust on first because the exhaust sits underneath those, and I want to do paint first and then we'll put them on. And as I said earlier, the wheels, I think we're going to do like they are in the box, a gray or a metallic with just the black inserts here. So we're going to get to paint and the fun begins. So we're going to do the Rust-Oleum is going to be the paint. We're going to use the flat black primer. This flat black primer on everything. Hi, Ed.
That's pretty
How you
cool,
doing?
man.
I'm Sean.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
So, tell me a little bit about your car.
This is a 1987 Camaro Guy C28. It's a 20th non-celebrated anniversary because in 1987 they only celebrated the return of the convertible.
And we're gonna let these dry for about 15-20 minutes with the black primer on them. So we have black primer on everything. And then we will start with the colors. I still have not figured out what color I want to do the interiors, but I know we will be using the cobalt blue metallic for the exterior, so we'll shoot some exterior stuff. I know we're going to use the champagne polished metallic from Rust-Oleum for some of the parts underneath, and for some of the other parts, we're going to use the Rust-Oleum metallic finish, which is also bright coat chrome. I'm going to use that for the air cleaner, I think. We're going to use Rust-Oleum orange for the engine block. For the interior, I think we're going to leave it black, except for pewter gray. So we're going to do a black, and we're going to use an acrylic pewter gray craft paint for the interior, for the seats and for the interior. That'll look nice, I think. I think I did. Did it come that way?
No, it was this color. It was too much silver.
But I mean, didn't some of them come with this blacked out, or did I don't even remember?
Yeah, the 84Z had it blacked out.
Because I had an 84 and I remember it being black.
That way. 88 was all this color.
And also the nose on the other RSs prior to this had those like on the RSs in the 84 to like 86 had like holes in it or something. Yeah, like the little lines or something. This is the.
No, that's the small V8.
Oh, it is a small V8.
The first year they had the three throttle body, 3 fuel injectors.
Oh, okay.
3 fuel injectors. The only thing, I got a new alternator, and I bought that plastic bin. Otherwise, it's all pretty much.
But other than this, yeah, I mean, this is like original survival.
20 years in the garage. When I got it out of the garage, I paid $4 grand for all the fluids. The freeze plug on the back, he said, were the worst.
Huh.
And then they.
Now, but you bought it new. You're 1.0,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So because it's Chicago. See, the freeze plugs down here, like nobody thinks of those.
Yeah. We had. It's at 20 years in the garage.
Oh. But yeah, so this is great because we need the detail for the modelers. They want the detail under the hood, and nobody keeps any. You open this up, there's normally like a 350, 455 that somebody pulled. You never keep them like this. So.
New parts. Yeah, it's going. All right.
So 88 Chevy Camaro RS original owner, 20 years in the garage. Look at this. So you see the interior of these is black, and then you have carpet and gray. Now, like he said, he has to redo the top because that always would come apart.
Like you said, 58. It was not much. Nobody home on taking tops off.
And here's the glass tops. And then the wheels usually would come the silver, like this is your stock basic wheels that would come with it.
Yeah, there's a brand new cap, otherwise they're knockoffs, but that's what they look like. You got a tour for you. You got a big list there. Good luck.
Yeah.
I had a car for this long. I've never seen this color combination.
I never did either. I've never seen a silver like this.
With the charcoal on the bottom.
And then they also the ones after this, they split this up with the black and the lights. I think that was
3 levels.
Yeah, they had the 3.
That's the Z's. I put this on there because these are new. Those are new.
But these still, even on mine, I think within a year, they just this was so heavy.
They got a lot of exports. I mean, you don't want to video this, but you want to see a really.
Oh yeah, no.
Andy, you've seen this before. Check this out. You know, I had a big rip in there. Look at that.
Oh wow.
This aftermarket stuff is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's great. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get under the car. So this, I saw that, the period correct security system there on the steering column. So, and the gauges. And we're gonna climb under here. And this is the big nasty from the 80s, the catalytic converter from the 80s with the big tube. So, and this is the driver. With these big catalytic converters here, you still can feel the heat, and this car's probably been turned off now for half an hour. And you can see, here's your ground effects, here's the have a body color, body line for disc brakes. Alright, we're going to go do our flyover. And the badging. So we painted this a gloss orange, the engine block. We got gloss orange on the engine block. Now this, if we made a mistake because the spring was so hard that the spring on the holder actually stretched. So I have to fix that. There we go. With this one, with the chassis, what I did was I painted it with the aluminum first and then the body color, because that way if you got under it and it was relatively new, you would see body color. You're not going to see bare aluminum, and that looks good. The differential's aluminum. The wheels came out with a champagne, but it kind of looks aluminum, gives them some good depth. Same with the exhaust and the fan. The engine is Chevy orange, and then everything else is flat black right now. Okay, so we're going to work on the center caps of the wheels. And if you look at the center caps of the wheels on the box and in real life, they were just black painted plastic pretty much. And so we are just going to take a tiny brush and paint the centers with this craft paint. And paint the center there. And paint the centers there. This craft paint is water-based, so if you make a mistake, you can always redo it. You just dip them in water, and this almost acts like a wash because I thinned this really well to act like a wash. So there we go. And what we're going to do, remember these were chrome, and then we painted them this color. So if we look on the box, or if you look in a real one, the gray is what they are. Now they have the center caps are black around where each of the lug nuts is. So then that is done. We're going to take the air cleaner here, and all we're going to do is use the same black to paint the hose. So that will dry nicely, and maybe even just put a little in there, a little bit there, a little there, and then now what we do is we take a Q-tip, not a toothpick, a Q-tip, and we can just go in there like that, go in there like that, and this will all dry flat. Okay, we've got belts here. So we're going to fan belt with one. I'm just gonna go ahead and, all right, next is, if I remember right, my steering wheel was all black. All the steering wheel in my 84 is black, the whole thing. I'm making this a shiny black over top of the over the black primer that was on here. So we're just going to make this black over the black primer. And we're going to do this. We're going to do the shroud black. The firewall was black. So we're doing the firewall black. And we're going to do the inner fender wells black. Everything in here was kind of plastic, if I remember right. The bolts around the shock towers, these bolt areas like in there, they were painted. So I'm gonna leave those body color and just paint around them. And the air conditioning stuff is all black. Even if you go look at your car now, for the most part they're black there. And the shroud cover was plastic and black. If you look in your any modern car now, they don't really do chrome stuff anymore. Everything is just black. Black plastic. That's why they all end up in junkyards. So we're going to let that dry. Here we're going to paint starter and an oil pan, because most oil pans get kind of grungy. The frame for the car frame is painted the same as the car, so we're not going to get too much into that detail because that would not be correct. If you look under, most of these areas here are painted the same as a car, especially when they're new. I believe this was black plastic, though I know it is actually, because I had to buy a new one for mine, because I think I hit an animal. I don't know if I remember if I hit an animal, like not a squirrel, I think it was an armadillo, I think. But we're just gonna go ahead and paint that black. So I think that's about it for the moment. That should be it for now. Go ahead and lay that there. Now they do have decals, and I so want to paint this because I like doing the detail painting. But I probably will just do the decals. We'll just leave the decals going here. Oh, one thing. I know we have to do this. Inside here on these Camaros back then, they painted this. On the Z28s, they were black. On the other cars, I believe they were body color. But I believe the Zs, they painted black. Oops, sorry. So on the Zs, I believe these were painted black. But even if they're not, I remember mine, I don't know if I painted them black in there or if they just were black. But I remember they were black. So I don't know if I painted them that way or not. I'm going to use a little bit of this gray. And here, this is a pewter gray. And we're going to go ahead and top the shock towers. Not the whole thing, just the tops. We're going to do those. And we're going to do the... Oh, sorry, wrong part. I want to do the oil filter right there. Okay. So we're going to paint the dashboard. Dial there. Dial there. And dial. Little dry brush on the radio. Yeah, down here, a little dry brushing to get the details from your air conditioner. And we'll go back and we're going to detail this in a little bit with the markers. We'll detail this a little bit with markers here in a bit. Okay. We did a little different with the interior. I actually sprayed the interior with a satin granite Rust-Oleum. This. So we sprayed the interior with that, and then we're using a country gray for the actual seats, because if I remember, they were cloth, and this craft paint, when it dries, it kind of will look like a cloth seat. I'm going to go ahead and do that one and do, so we're doing the back seats first. We've already painted the console a charcoal gray from a craft paint as well, and we did the armrests. I think we'll do the shifter knob the same as the interior here. Do that. So we've got that done. That's the seat belt right there. We'll come back and finish the seat belts. And let's take the, so now we have the front seats as well, and we're going to go ahead and do the front seat. and cushiony area where we sit. So, this might take 1 or 2 coats, and that's okay. You do, it's your car, it's your model, so you just do, if you figure something out and you're like, I feel like wanting to just change it a little bit, then we'll just change it a little bit. So, nice thing with, so this is a water-based acrylic, so if you get some extra on there, you can just take a Q-tip, wet it a little bit, remove it. And we'll see if I like that, and if we don't, we can always paint it black or whatever, or blue or whatever we want. But the nice thing is, it's not a real car, so if we mess it up, it only costs maybe a couple dollars to fix. This is silver for the engine, or I'm sorry, silver for the transmission. And we'll do a little silver up here on the intake manifold as well. And on a little silver on the valve covers. It's not the cleanest engine in the world. The guy knows it. But he went ahead and bought one of them little dress-up kits for your engine. So he wanted it to be a little fancier than stock when he bought it. And so he's at the bottom of the transmission here. So that's stock right there. Now this is basically a turn signal. This is my turn signal front clear. This is for the turn signals right there. And we'll see if it and we'll do this side. Wipe it off the excess. Okay, so to do the tail lights, I went and looked them up, and it seems that this is the amber color, so we'll just do those amber. You want to paint on the back of the light, not the front of the light. So that one is an amber light right there. Okay. All right. So that's an amber light there. The outside of that to the left are the red tail lights, and we'll do those with this, which is basically transparent. It's actually called, I believe its tester's called tail light red. So we're going to put those in here, over that way, and this one is here. Okay, so there's the tail light red. And the other one, the other side, third glass there, is a reverse, which is not really white. So we're going to use like a gray. And we're going to put that right in there. Okay. And then for the other part, it's just black. The last piece there is black. At least it is to the early 80s ones. So we will just take some black and put black in there. And we'll just do black there, black right there, and now we'll let them dry. All right, so we are at close to the end. So we've got all our sub-assemblies painted. This is, we're just waiting to put the, I guess, fuel injection filter, air filter is going to go on there with the hose. We've got our wheels on, we've got the underneath all done. So I was going to make it a little dirty and weather a little bit, but I kind of like it the way it is. So we're going to keep it that way. As you can see, I kind of like the blue with the some of the aluminum and some of the other colors that show off different aspects of what we see underneath in the chassis. These cars were not real exciting as far as even having a real one with the interior. They're not that exciting, but it's a nice clean. I did highlight the radio as if he put in like an aftermarket stereo because there was no chrome at all. It was all blacked out, but I wanted to kind of show something. So we put a little chrome on there. We put a little different color ball. It would normally be black, but I want to put there. We outlined the clock that's in there. Armrests are black. The door handles and the window at the bottom. We've got the engine done, the engine bay. We're not going to detail it too much. That's about all we're going to do. I've chrome painted where the glass is going to go for the headlights. We've got the amber turn signals, the amber front lights. On here, the blacked out doors. I painted a little silver here, so when we put the lights on there, they won't be all black and dark because the red would be really dark if we left it blue. So you can kind of see we're going to put those on, waiting for these to dry a little bit. And we've outlined in black the windows. So they're going to go on. And then we have the hood, which is just the hood, nothing special. Once we're done, and I'll put all this together, then we'll be back to put on our decals. So I'm going to go do the final build and reveal the final build, and then we will put the decals on. So stay tuned. Okay, well, this is the final without the decals. So the lights were a little hard to get on. The glass, I'm having a real problem with it fitting right now. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. Other than that though, the back looks good. The car actually itself looks kind of pretty good. I don't like what happened here on the door. This is actually from the mold, which I thought we took care of when we did the primer, and evidently that still is coming through. I don't know why. I've not rarely ever seen that before. Once in a while I would see it on an airplane kit, so I could go back and repaint this, but it's such a small model compared to, let me get a standard. So that's a 1/32. This is a 1/24. This is a standard scale model. That's a really small one. I'm not going to sweat it too much. Like I said, I kind of use these on, I make the small 132s to use on my Lionel train platform for Christmas. This one I may decorate with snow later. I do that with some of the cars. I'll put snow on them or whatever. I wanted to use this one as if it was in a garage getting worked on. So I kind of like the engine bays there. A lot of these don't have an engine bay. But the hood fits, and once the hood is on, if it wants to stay down, did earlier. I said this glass has just been a pain up front. In fact, I even got a little mark on it because I had to take it on and off so many times. And but there's the car. We'll go ahead. We're going to go and put all the Z28 decals on it, and we are going to put the decals on this, and we'll set them with this. So what you do is you have the decals in for a little bit. They're already in the water over there. The water's in there, and we are actually working on, this is going to be the rear bumper. So what I do, I kind of just, I know where they're going. It's going to go there, and then it's going to go here and go here. So you can just put a little bit of that on there right now, and then when you take this off, left bumper is right there. And the rear bumper is going to go here. And right bumper will go there. Put that over there. And then if I have to move them around, which I probably will a bit here. All right, well, this is our 1/32 scale 82 Z28 from Atlantis right here. Our 1/32 scale from Atlantis. Just got done. I don't have any future on it yet, but as you can see, let's put a tube. It's not that big of a model. It's about the length of a tube of testers, but it's got a lot of detail for its size. I think it really actually came out really well, except for some issues with the glass fitting, and obviously some decals, which I'm still trying to fix. I'm gonna have to trim them up. We can open the hood. Actually, we can take the hood off. It doesn't really open. So it does have a full engine bay in it. It's got a full interior to it. So for something that's this small in scale, it actually came out really well. I mean, compared to the picture. So you can do the picture. Let me see. The complaint, number one, the windows probably are my fault. They may be my fault. I think everything else fit real well. I didn't have any issues with fit other than right now I'm not pushing real hard because I don't want to get the decals and everything, but it actually looks really good. Okay, so right now the decals, I'm waiting for them to really set, but we started this build 4 hours ago. This box was opened 4 hours ago, and in 4 hours we now have this. So this is the final of the 82 Z28 Camaro 1/32 scale by Atlantis. As you can tell, we put on all the decals, and then after the future dried, after we put future on it, the decals all did cling, do what they're supposed to do, shrink, whatever you want to call it. And so we do have a car that I'm kind of proud of, except for on the windshield right there. There was a little issue with the glass, my fault, not the model kit. And we can take the hood off or raise it up like that. It also comes off. And we have the engine underneath. So I said lights came out, the interior came out nice on the inside. This is all blacked out. If you own a real Camaro, you'll notice it is all blocked out there. So is it going to win a concourse? No, but if you're someone who's just getting back in the building, if you're somebody who wants to, to not spend a lot of money and maybe have something fun for you and a child to do, or for just to get back in the swing of things, there's not a lot of parts with this one. It is small. It doesn't take a lot of time. Like I said, we've only been doing this for about 4.5 hours. We started right about noon. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's done. Now, is every build I do going to be this quick? No. But I just wanted to show you that you can take an afternoon, a rainy afternoon, 4.5 hours of entertainment for yourself for under $10, and you have this to put up on the shelf, or like me, it goes on my Lionel train set. It'll go in the gas station as a car being worked on. So thanks very much. If you like this kind of thing, please hit subscribe. Thank you for watching the channel. If you have a old model kit you want me to build, the address will be on the card at the end. Feel free to send us any model kits that you have that you want me to build on air. Happy to give you credit. If you're a hobby shop or a manufacturer of automotive model hobbies, and you have something you'd like us to feature, please go ahead and send it to us. We're always happy to try something new, try something old, and I will try to build any vehicle that is sent to me. That's all I can do. So I hope you liked today, and I actually am pretty pleased with this one. This will be fun on the train set. I don't think I'm going to put snow or anything on it, because usually I'll paint snow. Anyway, guys, thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.